Hey everyone, in this video we're looking at a massive storm that's going to bring many a white Christmas this year, traveling with widespread travel impacts and a historically cold Christmas with this massive cold front with this storm. Now we're going to be looking at multiple models for this, seeing what's the differences between all these models. Some have a little bit of altering snow amounts and even altering directions of where this is going to go. You have a general idea of where this is going to hit, and this is going to be impacting portions of the Midwest, especially for snowfall going into the Ohio Valley, especially affecting Michigan and Wisconsin, and even going up into the Northeast New England area where we will be seeing a lot of this snowfall impacting. Now let's go ahead and move forward with the GFS model. This snowfall starts all the way up there in the northwestern United States, and this is going to be tomorrow on 6 a.m. As we head throughout lunchtime, this becomes a lot more widespread as we head throughout the evening hours of Wednesday. A lot of Minnesota, the Dakotas, Iowa, and Nebraska start to see a lot of that snowfall. We have winter storm watches out right now for a lot of these areas over here going into portions of the Dakotas and Minnesota. And we definitely will be seeing some winter storm warnings for some of these areas. Although some of these snow amounts have weakened since yesterday. We might only see up to 4 to 5 inches of snowfall widespread for some of these areas, and localized maybe more, but definitely snowfall has diminished a bit because the snowfall is becoming a lot more lighter according to some of these models and moving a little more quickly, which may lead to less snowfall than expected. And as we move forward here now throughout Thursday, this snowfall for December 22nd definitely becomes a lot more widespread, and this starts to impact portions of Missouri, Kansas, Iowa. This starts to move into portions of Illinois throughout the morning hours of Thursday, and as we have throughout the midday of Thursday, this starts to really impact portions of Arkansas, more the Ohio Valley, pretty much the entire state of Illinois and Wisconsin, and then Michigan might be getting a lot of the main and biggest snowfall amounts from this. As we head throughout the overnight hours of Thursday into Friday, this really starts to impact portions of Ohio, Indiana, now even into portions of the Mid-Atlantic, really getting that snowfall there. Very heavy snowfall on the back end of this around December 23rd, Friday, 12 p.m., 1 or 2 p.m. Eastern time, and some localized spots in New York and portions of more of the New England states will be seeing in spots possibly up to a foot of snowfall there. And again, pretty much all these areas here may be seeing that white Christmas this year. And a lot of these places haven't seen a white Christmas in quite a while, maybe even 4 or 5 years. Some of these areas haven't seen a white Christmas, but this year looks like a likelihood you are going to be seeing snow on the ground on Christmas morning. Since it's going to be so cold, this snow is not going to be melting, especially on the grass. Looks like the storm moves out on Christmas Eve, midday Christmas Eve. Looks like we will be having a lot of Great Lake snow, a lot of lake effect snow across that area, which will be leading to more and more snowfall amounts over time throughout Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. The European model is very similar with the same scenario. The areas up north not seeing that much snowfall from this, but some of these places in the middle, some of these states in the middle, will be seeing some very heavy snowfall. Down here in Missouri, we will be seeing some heavy snowfall rates here for Thursday afternoon. That could lead up to 6 or 7 inches of snowfall possibly if it's not moving too fast. But again, over here in Illinois, you're still seeing a lot of heavy snowfall here around 6 p.m. of Thursday. This goes into portions of Indiana, Ohio, Michigan into the overnight hours for Thursday into Friday, and then that of course goes throughout the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. Very similar scenario to the GFS model, just a little bit of some changes there with the Euro. And notice that this morning a lot of these models are really agreeing now on what's the main scenario of what's going to happen here. The northern states are not going to see kind of a dusting of snowfall, especially for this time of year, and you may be seeing some more localized spots of snowfall, especially for some stronger bands in there, but definitely not what was expected a few days ago, as we were expecting even upwards of a foot, even up to 2 feet of snowfall up there. Now it's really diminished down into even under 4 inches. A lot of these places are going to see for Christmas, by Christmas morning. And it looks like Michigan, even portions of Indiana and Ohio, if this exact same scenario happens, you may be seeing a lot of snowfall here, upwards of 6 inches or so in some, again, localized spots. It's not going to be super widespread. Portions of the Mid-Atlantic could see some ice, some freezing rain as well, which may lead to some power outages. This storm is definitely going to cause a lot of power outages for a lot of areas due to the amount of wind that this storm is going to unleash. There's going to be a lot of wind, which is going to be leading to blizzard conditions for some areas, some whiteout conditions. Now, those blizzard conditions might not last a while, may last for a few hours or so, because the storm is going to be moving so fast. Doesn't matter if you're getting 3 inches of snowfall. If there is blizzard conditions, that is going to cause travel issues and stuff like that. And don't forget about this Arctic blast, this cold front with this storm. We are going to be seeing wind chills getting down into the 40s over there. Negative 40 in the Dakotas, negative 30s. A lot of these places are going to be seeing here throughout Iowa, Nebraska, Illinois, going into even Ohio, Indiana. You will be seeing negative 30s over there with those wind chills, even going to Christmas morning. Again, negative 40 wind chills, negative 30 wind chills still for a lot of these areas for Christmas morning. So it's going to be a record cold Christmas for a lot of areas here in the Midwest. And we did forget to look at snowfall totals of what we have right now. And this is going to be Christmas morning. So this is 6 a.m. of Christmas morning, and a lot of these places are going to be seeing upwards of 5 inches of snowfall. Down here in southern Minnesota, upwards of 4 to 5 inches of snowfall, but some of the others are just going to be seeing a dusting of snowfall. 1 inch of snowfall on the ground is a white Christmas. So if this snow is still on the ground by Christmas morning, that is considered a white Christmas. Over here in Wisconsin, upwards of 8 inches of snowfall in the more of those pinkish colors. Michigan seeing a lot of this snowfall with upwards of a foot in a lot of these places, even upwards of 20 inches of snowfall. That may lead to 2 feet of snowfall. Some localized spots there in Michigan. Iowa, Illinois, Michigan, a lot of these places are going to be seeing upwards of 4 to 5 inches of snowfall, but some localized spots will be seeing less snowfall due to these widespread bands being a little bit stronger, a little bit weaker, which may lead to less snowfall amounts here in the Ohio Valley. As you can see, we are going to be seeing upwards of 10 inches of snowfall. Like I said, because of this backside of this storm is going to be leading to a lot of snowfall here in Indiana. Over here, a lot of this northern half in Indiana will be seeing upwards of 10 inches of snowfall, more of 7 inches of snowfall once you get closer to the halfway point of Indiana. Northern portions of Ohio seeing even upwards of 8 inches of snowfall, and this definitely will change, but we're getting closer and closer to the event. We're seeing these patterns and these models, which gain more confidence in more of these snowfall totals. This is why I waited to make this video until today, because we are getting more and more confidence on some of these snowfall totals here. But again, this will be changing a little bit as we go throughout the next 4 days here. Pennsylvania, as you can see, upwards of 8 inches of snowfall. West Virginia, a lot of these places will be seeing upwards of 8 inches of snowfall as well. Over here in New York, due to a lot of this lake effect snow, Buffalo, New York may be seeing upwards of foot of an additional foot of snowfall there, 16 inches from the lake effect snowfall. Upstate New York, again, due to this little swath of that Great Lake effect snowfall, maybe upwards of a foot of snowfall in some of these localized spots. But upstate New York, as you can see, maybe some localized 6 inches of snowfall, but widespread looks like you're going to be seeing kind of a hit or miss situation there in the Northeast, where you're just kind of seeing a dusting in some areas, but maybe in some areas as well, you may be seeing some stronger bands, which will lead to more snowfall in spots. Total snowfall from the Euro model, as you can see, has a very similar totals here with a lot of these places. Northern Ohio not seeing much snowfall as the GFS model, but again, things are going to change as we go throughout the next 4 days. Even though we're just a few days out, the things are still going to change a little bit of where this is going to be. This is not exactly what's going to happen, but at least we do have a bit of an idea now, as we were pretty much clueless of what's going to happen 4 to 5 days ago. We're getting a little more idea here And these models are definitely getting a lot more of an idea. The NAM model, as you can see, which is kind of a hit or miss with winter storms, but over here in Illinois, pretty much the entire state seeing 3 inches of snowfall. Iowa, 3 inches. Missouri over here with 2 inches of snowfall. Indiana, for most of the state, upwards of 3 inches of snowfall. And this is not going all the way throughout the winter storms, just part of it. So you're not seeing the Ohio amounts or the New England, Mid-Atlantic amounts either. But Wisconsin and Minnesota definitely gets a lot more snowfall with this model here. So definitely some interesting changes to some of these models. I will keep a close eye on this storm, so make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications. You won't miss a single upload or live stream on the channel. But as always, I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe.